What's up, everybody? It's your MAN Darius J, the original hometown player, often in front of everybody else, but behind other people at the same time. So I'm like in the middle. But I was born
Yeah,
on the last day, but I was before the first day of the next month. So that make me first, nigga.
dope intro. Okay, after.
Yeah, what's up? How do you know what to say after that?
Introduce yourselves.
It's just, I know, but I was just like, I have nothing like that. It's your boy Armani, Don, we up in here.
Right, right. And it's your boy Chris, aka Maximilian, your friendly neighborhood troll guy. And we'd like to welcome y'all to another episode of the Men's Department.
And if you haven't already, go ahead and grab yourselves a glass and have a drink with us as we talk this talk.
Gentleman, what is up? Bro? It's been a minute.
Yeah, been a minute.
A little bit.
A little
Yeah,
bit. Feel me? So,
get it done,
How
man.
y'all niggas been living since we last seen each other?
One day at a time. One
Pretty
day
much.
at a time. That's all
I
I'm
would like to see a nigga living more than one day at a time. I don't
Me
think one
too.
day at a time is. I think one day at a time is the maximum.
I
If you
mean,
find if you find somebody that do more than that, let me know.
Yeah, I want to meet that guy. I need to know. I need to know what his secret is.
Because clearly we're not doing something right.
that's
Chris,
not
how about yourself?
Man, I've been all right, man. A lot of focus just on like work and just kind of like career growth and all of that stuff. So really just trying to set myself up for success in that area because I had recently went for like a slight promotion at work. Unfortunately, didn't get it this time, but throughout, I don't know, I think just throughout that entire process, personally, it has allowed me the opportunity to grow in some areas like spiritually, but also like emotionally.
Mm.
Because like in that time period, like I feel like it drove me more in an area spiritually that I might not have been as strong in, and so like just kind of really growing more just in my prayer life and like connecting with God on not just like a mental and heart level, but like really just trying to connect with Him emotionally. Because I think during that process, it I mean, I was in a place of like contentment for real, but I think still receiving that answer of no once like everybody else was like, "Oh man, I know you got this. I know you got this. Like, we're looking forward to having you over here." Like, everybody just kind of hyping it up, and I'm actively trying not to like take that stance because of the fact of the matter is that like I might not get it. So to kind of soften that dissension, we'll say like once that answer came, like it was a mix of stuff. Like I was excited to know that other people were excited for me, other
Yeah.
people were rooting for me to be there, and then like ultimately getting that decision at this time, like it stung, but not as much as I thought it would be, because I think during that process beforehand, like I was really just praying with God, okay, if this is for me, I know that you'll give it because everything on this earth belongs to you. It is in your hands. Like I'm interviewing with these people, but you ultimately make that final decision.
Right.
So if you say no, there is a reason for it. There is goodness and grace behind that no or not yet. So really just trying to like cling to that has been good. Been trying to do like a lot better with just taking care of myself physically cutting out some stuff, switching up some things like dietary wise, and yeah, man, just trying to preserve this life and just grow with God, honestly.
Got you. You know what I'm saying? Well, me, I say like this. For myself, I just been working on training my subconscious. You know what I'm saying? Um, really been dialing into who I am, what I don't believe, what I do believe. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Taking not so much of a shallow approach. I don't think I ever approach life shallowly. I mean, because I just always looked at life as something to be taken seriously. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never had an approach where I could not take life seriously. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
therefore, and just like sometimes I wish for not being able to see the things I see and not being able to understand the things I understand about certain things. You know what I'm saying? And being okay with being ahead of the curve with a lot of things because like I I always I've been putting in perspective my past and by doing that it been helping me to like inform myself better going forward. You know what I'm saying? So I just say like with a relationship with my mama and understanding that everything and everybody around me did the best they could by me at the time of their current understanding. You know what I'm saying? It's just like even me not having my father in my life was a blessing for me. You know what I'm saying? Um, and anime taught me that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, man, what is a father for real? You know what I'm saying? If he leave you, you go OP. So you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like in a weird way, it made me feel good about it. Like, oh man, I ain't had no daddy, so I can be OP. You know what I'm saying? The
That's
worse
that
the
secret
father,
sauce
the
right
better
there.
you turn out in anime. You know what I'm saying? The
I
more
mean,
aloof
it
the
tracks.
that's what I'm saying. The more aloof the nigga, like if he like around, just like Gone's father, he was around technically. And he set up so many hardships for his son that he's just like, if you find me, you a real one. You know what I'm
Not
saying?
if you find me.
You're a real one. You're a solid brother. You almost died if you
Nah,
found me.
nigga, you were a menace of a father. What are
You know
you
what I'm
talking
saying?
about, bro?
Huh?
I was like, that man was a menace of a father.
Hey, but I'm just saying, hey, he produced one of the realest ones. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's
Yeah.
nuance to everything. You know what I mean? Because just like I tell people all the time, it's just like, man, but I don't I don't dwell on what I didn't have no more. You know what I'm saying? Like I think I stopped doing that a long time ago, but I actually just kind of like bought into it. Like, yo, what I didn't have didn't mean a hill of beans because what I did gain, you know what I'm saying, is what was the thing that made me who I am. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people just dwell on their past so much and refuse to move past it. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like you in a current great future right now. It might not be what you imagined it to be, but it's still good. It's better than, you know what I'm saying, drinking brown water out of a puddle just to get some kind of hydration. You know what I'm saying? And understanding like if you sit down and be idle and say that nothing is working for you or you're not skilling up, that's not the world's fault. You know what I'm saying? It's like we choose to do a lot of things in our life, and it's just like, and I ain't saying it's a big percentage, but that 5% means a lot when it comes to me. So, like I tell people, I got control about 5% of my life. The other 95 is kind of falls in place. Like I don't know what my day gonna look like when I walk out the door. You know what I'm saying? But I do tell myself every day I'm gonna have a good day. And some
Mm-hmm.
days, no time, sometimes them days be troubling, and I have to actually, you know what I'm saying, process it in real time, but also thank God and thank myself on the other side that like, hey man, you got through that as best you could. It wasn't really nothing else you could do about it. You gave it the good old heave ho. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What I have lost is what I lost, and what I have gained is what I gained. But guess what? I go to bed peacefully at night. Like if I say I'm going to sleep, you got 30 seconds of sleep because I did the best I could that day, and I'm gonna go to sleep well, and I'm gonna wake up well. And I feel like at this current stage of my manhood, it's just like, man, I'm gonna do the best I can, the best I can. That's it. That's how I'm
Yep.
living for the rest of my life. Like I did good for 42.
Yeah. That makes me think something I've been trying to like hold on to recently is the scripture in Psalms 1 where it talks about like being like a tree planted by the stream. That way you
Yeah,
produce fruit in season and out of season.
yeah,
Like that's been me lately. Like I've been trying to just really just stay connected, stay rooted, stay grounded. Because I can't control the situations or the circumstances that happen around me. Like life is gonna happen regardless. But
facts,
my stance and my stability has to come from me constantly being connected to that source. Because if
facts,
I'm connected to that, I'm constantly getting fed, getting refilled, so that whether it's dumb hot outside, whether it's cold, whether it's a storm, whatever else is happening, I'm sturdy. Not because of anything I'm doing, but because of that connection that I got with Him, that I got with God, with Jesus. Because if I'm not connected, I'm going to wither, shrivel up, and die, and be no good to nobody.
facts. I think because even just like, and I mean, having the ability to pivot is, I think, the best ability to have in your adult life. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? I tell people all the time, it's just like, hey man, one monkey don't stop no show. I mean, my all the OGs around me always say that. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like we have to get to the point where we're willing to just evolve our inner self. We try to so much to evolve the outer things, but the best part of me is what I have inside of me. You know what I'm saying? Like who I know God created me to be. You know what I'm saying? I don't look at who I am to God as the four walls. I don't believe in the routines. I don't believe, you know what I'm saying, what everybody else says it's supposed to be. Nah, if what life means to me, if what God made me to be is how God built me. You know what I'm saying? It's just like so many people just concentrating on too much of the outside stuff. And I just like, bro, but your insides is trash. You can get all the money in the world and all the success you want, but if you ain't stable inside, guess what? You gonna lose it all again. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? I didn't start being able to be stable until I was stable. Like my mentality was stable. Like I understand a lot of me and a lot of things I messed up with because I was messed up on the inside. Like, and that's the more I realized that, the more I was unbothered by everything else around me. Like, stupid people don't even make me as mad as they used to. Cause I used to really get itchy with around stupid people. But I'll be like, hey,
It's just kind of crazy.
bro, I'm telling you, I can feel my brain itching sometimes. Like when people be stupid out loud, and you be like, you standing on that really hard. And it's stupid. And everybody around you knows it's stupid, but you don't, and you think you're right. My brain is itching from listening.
How do you guys find, like, I guess, like that sense of self and confidence that you guys just like the way you guys speak about it? I feel very less right now, and that's not because y'all did anything wrong, but it's almost like, man, I'm not there yet. Like, I don't feel that way about life. What do you guys like? Where do you guys find that foundation?
It's gonna sound crazy when I say it. Hey man, I grew up ugly. For real. You know what I'm saying? You know, like I feel like I tell people a lot of time, people don't understand. Like being this sounds stupid to me, but this is how I got here, and it makes that makes sense to a lot of
I
people.
asked you how you got here. I ain't asked
Hey,
you for you know what
I
I'm
got you.
saying.
You're right.
You
You're
know,
right. You're right. All right. Because it's like I tell people, I started out with no confidence. all my life because I was always compared to the people that were around me. Like
Mhm.
my cousins were athletic phenoms. I'm saying I was good at sports, but I wasn't talented. I was a hard worker. You know what I'm saying? But sports just wasn't my thing. I just didn't like it. I liked those Chinese cartoons, as my grandma would call them. You know what I'm saying? I was smart, and my grandma knew that too. And she never like put. You know, she was the only person who was just like, "Nah, get your school and develop what you good at." But I used to look at that stuff as if it was less than, because I wanted to be like them. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody liked them. Everybody treat them with a certain amount of respect just coming out GP. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I didn't get that. You know what I'm saying? And I had to fight. And I always take it back. And that's why I love my older cousins. And I didn't believe them at first. Because the thing about it, it has to resonate before you can take off with it. They was like, nah, just be you. You cool enough. But I was like, nigga, all y'all, you know what I'm saying, good at sports. And some of y'all dope boys. I like being like that. I want to have that respect. You know what I'm saying? And I looked at my gift as something minuscule. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, but once I left the nest, you know what I'm saying, and started finding like-minded people, and I started like really, instead of looking around me, start to look inside. Like I had to look inside to find what was good about me. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to, because if I didn't, I was gonna kill myself.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, for real. Like I remember the first time I tried to kill myself, I was 10 years old. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't good at everything that everybody else around me was good at. I always picked that, but I had developed a strong backbone, and it didn't come. I over egoed myself for real. You know what I'm saying? It's like I just turned everything up and got aggressive. You know what I'm saying? And then the older I got, I found out, well, aggression ain't necessarily a good thing all the time. So I had to dial it back. I had to find my new medium. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, I had to either go over or die under. And I kept sliding this. I kept sliding these things. Just like look at a soundboard. You slide it until you find your perfect pitch, or how you find that person's voice to really sound how their true sound is. And I had to keep doing that stuff to find my true sound, or what I really sound like, not what I want to sound like. I ain't gonna never be Whitney Houston, Luther Vandross, but I just got to find out what Darius Cummings sound like every day. When he wake up, who is this nigga? You know what I'm saying? And once I got it right, and then I just held on to it, and I just kept stacking stuff in his way. It sounds stupid to people, and it's a lot of people that don't do it. And I understand the people that talk about that do it, but I kept talking to myself. I kept telling myself I was good, and I kept telling myself what I wanted to be good at and what I wanted to have. And then everything, like people say that stuff don't work, but it do. I watched it work in my own life, because I had to be my biggest cheerleader till I found people that really like me for me. You know what I'm saying? They could feed into who I wanted to be instead of believing what everybody else was saying about me. I had to get all that stuff in that process, in that refining process. I had to keep bringing in, taking out, bringing in, taking out. Some of the stuff stayed, some of the stuff went away. And it ain't no easy process. It's just you got to want to just do that, what they call now the deep work. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good one for me.
And it's gonna be a lot of tug of war. You know what I'm saying? Until you find out what it is, who you are, who you want to be. I want to be a light. I want to be able to walk in the room and be who I am, and who I am is gonna affect everybody else. I want to be a good humored light. I used to tell people, and my wife had to stop me from saying it, because they say I hate people. I don't like niggas. I don't like God's niggas. You know what I'm saying? I say that all the time. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
not the God's niggas part, but I used to say I hate people.
You know what I'm saying? I love God, but I don't like God's niggas.
I mean, to be fair, there are a lot of people who have said something very, very similar. I think I don't know how true this is. I think even Gandhi said that. It's like I love Jesus, but he's like, I don't like I don't like the Christians.
Yeah.
Like he saw the
And
flaw in people, but they presented themselves as if they were some version of a standard. And it's just
yeah.
like, bro, you flawed like everybody else. Stop acting like
And
you
that's
don't
what you
stand.
have to realize too. And finding yourself, you gonna find out once you get there. Oh, everybody messed up. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their flaws because just like I tell people, I'm not perfected. And I tell people I am who find out who you are and being able to stand on who you are confidently, you're gonna have to confidently know that you're gonna mess up. It ain't finding yourself and being who you are confidently is not without its flaws. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you put yourself in a place, just like I tell people, it's hard to find a place where you can unapologetically be who you are. And sometimes I know myself in Christian spaces, I'm not what everybody is used to.
Not everybody's cup of tea, as they would say.
Yeah, I ain't everybody cup of tea, and and like I tell people, the more you get okay with that, it's just like, hey man, I'm a bitter tea sometimes to people, you know what I'm saying? But the people who my people, I'm a sweet aroma tea. You know what I'm saying? They glad to be
Mm-hmm.
around me. They glad to get my energy, and I'm glad to get theirs. And just like I tell people, I don't care about being in rooms that I ain't welcomed in, because just like I ain't here for you, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for me. You know what I'm saying? What you
Mm-hmm.
got going on is your prerogative. And if you don't like me, and especially if you ain't man enough to say it to my face, shut up.
Don't make me no never mind.
You know what I'm saying? Don't make me no never mind. But to answer the question 100%, just keep practicing, keep going to who you are, and keep writing and talking to yourself positively. Stop saying negative stuff to yourself. Don't say can't. Don't say, just like I'm trying to stop myself from saying anything that will be counterproductive to what I am and can and can't do. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if I can't do it, I say I don't know how to do it yet, but I will obtain the knowledge when it's beneficial for me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying not right now, and I ain't saying it won't come, but when it's time to be made, the time will be made for me to do these things. But I say just steadily pour in good to yourself, because we don't, even just like, I don't got to the point where I can't handle a lot of certain kind of anything. Like, if it's negative, I just don't want it around me, because I'm just like, if it ain't speaking towards life, I don't want it around me. I
I
don't
want
want,
it.
and that's where it's just like, you have to be positive to yourself. You have to love yourself before you love anybody else, real for real. Like, I say, one, love yourself and continue pouring love into yourself. Two, just keep diving deep, man, until you get comfortable with being in that place. You know what I'm saying? Because the deeper you go, the better you'll be able to handle and weed out noise. And three, you know what I'm saying? Just be okay with just being different, because everybody different. You know what I'm saying? And what you like ain't gonna be what everybody else like. How you feel ain't gonna be how everybody else feel. It's okay to have your opinion. I know people, sometimes shun people for your opinion, and they always think people are bolting on the side of facts. A lot of niggas is not factual; it's just their opinion.
What about you, Chris?
I think it's still a journey for me, but I think if I had to answer your question simply, it's I stopped I stopped looking for a standard and became the standard. Like, if I had to put that simply, like, a lot of the things that I struggled with growing up was figuring out what manhood was for me, or just what life would look like for me. I always tried to look at other people's examples and compare myself to that. Um, and it always fell short. Always, every single time. I had no semblance of who I was as a person. I had no semblance of what it was that I was looking for out of myself. Like, I always tried to ride other people's coattails, and it took me all the way up to my 30s. to really kind of figure that out. Because, and stop me if I'm not answering your question at all, please. Um, but even as an example, like when when me and Ashley first got married, like my whole sense of like wanting to work out was so that I can look good for my wife, and she just flat out told me one day, she was like, I don't care about that. So now I'm just like, okay, now what do I do? I have nothing to hang this on. So now what do I do with it? So that started to wane a little bit. And even when like tough situations like did come up, I was like, I had no example to kind of go off of on how to handle this stuff. So I had to find what that stuff looked like for me and me alone. Um, and of course, like, yes, Jesus is the ultimate standard. Do not get me wrong, that's what I try to model myself after. But in every situation, I had to understand what this looked like for me and really just own that in that moment, and understand that like circumstances do not dictate who I am, what I have to offer, or what I bring to this world. My response to said circumstances will say more about a person than the thing that they're actually in, right? So if I lose a job, or if I lose a relationship, or if I'm just in a real crappy type of situation, okay, what am I going to do with that? Like, in my eyes, am I less than because I don't have these things? Absolutely not. I'm still a whole person. I'm still me, regardless of the fact of what's going on around me. In my eyes, and this is a recent revelation, I'm still that nigga. Like, I don't care what y'all think. I don't care what y'all got to say. I know what I'm doing. I know what I have. I know what my life is like. Regardless of what y'all think, regardless of what anybody else has to say, this is how I feel and this is what I'm working towards. So it's very much so getting to a place of being unbothered, honestly. Like, I am unbothered by the naysayers. I am unbothered by other people's opinions. That's cute. That's good for you. I can learn a little bit from that. But at the end of the day, I'm still in control over who I am and my predicaments and my situations and my relationships. Does that answer your question? I feel like that was a lot.
Yeah. Also,
I
you
asked for
just be
how
tired of. Yeah. Also, just be
got
tired
to
of being
this
who you are.
place. I'm sorry, go ahead, James.
My bad. I just like, cause me, I always want to change. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. Just like that's who I kind of always. I ain't saying change for people, but just change for yourself, man. Like you have to, like what Chris was saying to me, it hit because it's just like, man, nah, I don't do none of this stuff for nobody else for real. You know what I'm saying? I do this stuff for me. You know what I'm saying? It make my life better. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it ain't it because if you doing it for outside people, that stuff gonna wane one day. It's gonna fall off, and you're gonna be like, you're gonna look up and like, man, what was I really doing this stuff for? If it went, I don't feel anything from it. You know what I'm saying?
That's like somebody had a they had a lyric in one of their songs. I can't remember who it was, but he was like, "My wife happy and Jesus love me. I'm good, real for real.
Shoot,
Like everything else is
my
is
wife
just
happy.
extra."
I love me.
That's fair.
So
For those like who, it's like, how do you figure out the foundation of that when you're in a place you're like, I don't know if I really like myself. How what are you doing to like like how do you start liking and loving yourself a little bit more every day so you get to that point there? So I know you kind of said earlier that you're like you have to look inside and figure out kind of like what's good about you, and then like you had a process of speaking life into it and et cetera, et cetera. And Chris, it sounded like you more or less had to go through the same thing. Especially like, as you mentioned, you're like, oh yeah, you're doing this and the third, you want to look a certain kind of way. You think you're trying to impress this little lady you got in your back pocket. And then she's like, oh, that stuff doesn't really bother me. And you're like, oh crap. And like that part, that pivot of like, how do you grasp this part of yourself and say like, this is what I'm gonna like allow to be a part of who I am, and I'm gonna keep this because this is gonna be important to me, more or less. Sorry, this isn't like heavy at all. What we were supposed to be talking
Nah, man, I'm cool
No,
with it.
you good. This is good.
Yeah, I'm cool with it. I like talking like this because I think like this all day long. Because I work with people, but I don't work with people at the same time. So I have a lot of time to myself outside of answering people questions. Um, I started to believe what people saw in me. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, like my cousin, they'll give me big ups. You know what I'm saying? The people around me, that even my coworkers and stuff like that saw light in me. I started to believe in that light that they saw in me. You know what I'm saying? I took what they were giving me first. You know what I'm saying? And then I just started to build on it once I started to believe what people were saying about me, that especially the good stuff that I was just like, man. But sometimes we hear people, but we don't hear them because we like to hear our negative self first, because that's the thing that we've been telling us what and who we are. Because it's like this book I've been reading, you know what I'm saying, The Power of the Subconscious Mind. You know what I'm saying? It really really been sinking in with me, and I've been reading this book with more fervor than I ever read any book in my life. For the simple fact of just like, man, it's answering a lot of questions for me. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, for one, it's just like when people say good stuff about you, don't deny it, believe it. You know what I'm saying? Take it in, because if people see talent and goodness in you, don't brush it off like it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because you got enough of that in it already. It's time to start emptying that bucket out. You got to empty the negative bucket out, and just because the thing of it is, if you don't like you, ask yourself why you don't like you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, honestly, ask yourself, why don't you like you, and write it or say it out loud and see, do that really make sense to say to somebody? Would you say that to your child? You know what I'm saying?
Would it matter if you still feel like it's true? Even if it's not something you're like, oh yeah, this isn't something you would say to somebody, but like, if somebody were to write that out and be like, I don't like these parts of myself, and they feel like they were true, like how do you, sorry to cut you off or jump in.
No, go ahead. No, I'm good.
Yeah.
So you saying if somebody says something about you and you feel like
more so just stuff you're saying about yourself.
Yeah. Like you're saying, like, ask yourself, like, why don't you like yourself? And you're like, oh, well, I don't know. Something like, I don't know, something like, you don't like how you respond when somebody tells you no. Just something simple. Like, you apply for a job, you got told no. You don't like how you respond when you do that. And it's like, it's something that you don't like about yourself. You're like, but it's true. When you get told no, you have a hard time gripping on that. You have a hard time pivoting out of that.
That's a skill. You know what I'm saying? That's a skill that that is something that you probably have to like work on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not the best at getting told no either. You know what I'm saying? But I now, when people tell me no, I don't take it to heart. I say work on just saying, why is this making me so mad? You know what I'm saying? Or why am I reacting like this? Like, you have to ask yourself the question as to why. What am I feeling, and what where did this response come from? Where does this ability to respond this way come from?
There you go.
Because I know, like for me, not being able to hear no, because I always got told no my whole life. You know what I'm saying? Just like what I wanted never mattered to people. It's just like, nah, do what I need you to do in order to get to X, Y, and Z for me. Your thoughts, forethoughts. Even as an older child, I was taught to be like, nah, put your stuff to the side and make sure everything up under you good first. And then if it's something left, you can have it. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I used to be like, well, nah, no is offensive to me, because in my adult age, I should be able to do or should be able to get this because I worked hard for it and I put in the time and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's just like, I learned that if it was mine, it's mine. You know what I'm saying? And I had to be okay with it. If it wasn't mine, it's something else I need to be doing or working on. And I just buy into that part. I don't put all my chickens in one basket. You know what I'm saying? I just like, hey man, it is what it is. I went for it. I tried. If it's a $20 somebody didn't give me when I really needed it, I can't be really mad at that, because it ain't my $20. It's their $20. You know, it's just crazy stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it's theirs, and it's theirs to give or take away.
Yeah.
I got to put myself in a position where I can get. And sometimes it's the road less travel, or it's the unique. Like I was so used to picking up random things and making them work. You know what I'm saying? Just like we didn't get but one bike a year. When my bike tore up, I can go tell my mama my bike tore up, and she'd be like, well, that was it. You know what I'm saying? So I learned to go to the junkyard and find what I need to put on my bike. Now I'm riding around with one black tie, one white tie. Bit my handlebar. I knew I wasn't finna get a new bike. That was a fool's errand to go ask that question again. You get cussed out for the second time.
That's actually happened to me before.
Go to the junkyard. Find what I need, put it together behind my grandma's house. So therefore, I got used to saying, okay, I've been told no, I gotta work around. You know what I'm saying? I got to have a workaround. I have to go. And even in the workaround, I didn't know how to fix bikes at all. Nobody taught me how to fix a bike. Nobody taught me how to take chains off, none of that stuff. I just picked stuff up. I tore stuff up. And I was down without a bike for about a month before I could get it all back together again one time. But you know what I'm saying? But
that's the crap my brother would do.
That's what I learned. And that's why I tell people I had to learn how, like, I got to turn them whites only pies into nigga pies. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn how to work around stuff.
A little seasoning.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I had to learn how to work around stuff, because I knew that I know when the end of the world. It just, I was like, I got to figure out how to cultivate the world into my yes. You know what I'm saying? And so therefore you go say no. And that's why I tell people I'm okay with falling down, because I know if I fall down, I hit the ground, I can get back up. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I fall down, I go through the ground, the dirt on top of me, I'm dead. So long as I can hit the ground, I can get back up. Yep. I might not be doing what I want to do when I get back up. I might have tore my fresh new shirt up, but you know what? I still got a piece of fabric on my back. And I'm going to just go try it again. Because just like I tell people, when I lost everything before, man, I was just like, all right, I'm going to work 3 jobs. You know what I'm saying? Until I can get to a place. And that took me 2.5, 3 years to get back right. Almost 4. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, I worked at what? Papa's Pizza, Marriott Hotel, Hardee's. You know what I'm saying? I was just doing whatever I could. But I just did what I had to do to make my, and those 3 jobs was one horrible job in real life. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I just like, I kept putting stuff together, man. Like, no matter what the no is, I'm gonna keep doing stuff, even if it's free. But if it's bringing me some kind of joy, I'm gonna just keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? Just like any other thing in life, I keep going, man. Like, one of my ventures is gonna turn into something, and that's how it always been for me. It's just like I'm gonna keep doing stuff until something turn into something. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the more we more I sit around and think about it, I just like, oh, I just had to keep going. I think that's where ADHD played its play for me. I couldn't sit still, so I couldn't sit still. 'Cause even just like people at the gym this morning told me, like, hey man, you really can't sit still. You have to keep doing something. I just like never thought about it like that. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't always like this, but I
You think that?
found out the more I moved, the further I went.
Okay. I want to get to you as well, but he created some follow up questions that I wanted to address. First, in reference to kind of what you said, like it in more of like a generic way of explaining it is kind of like, when you come into contact with those things that you don't like, you have to go deeper. Ultimately, you mentioned that before. Go deep, or dive deep, or whatever you said. Sorry, probably sounded crazy, but to why you don't like those parts of yourself. Like, don't just be like, oh, I don't like this, and then okay, well now that's just it. Okay, well that you haven't gone deep enough. Like, why don't you like these parts? And figuring out and understanding at least a little bit of the why behind the behavior and reactions, and then you can kind of like at that point you can start whatever it is of like. Some people, I don't think healing is everything. I think some people just have bad habits. You just struggle with being told no. Let's be honest. Sometimes it's just like that. You didn't have to go through something traumatic to
right. You don't have to. Yeah, sometimes you just don't like it, bro.
Yeah, but it's up to you, like, to understand. Okay, if it's not being told no that you're addressing, and it's something else, address like the trauma, but also like. Don't look for unnecessary trauma and try to create something that's there. Like, be honest with yourself.
Yeah.
And then kind of reverse engineer your nervous system, almost. Like, you got to work on that, because it's like most situations you're gonna feel these emotions more than once in your life. Like, you've been told no once. If you've only been told no once, I got some bad news for you. Like, you're gonna get told it again. And it's like, if you struggle handling it the first time, you have to figure out how to be prepared for the next time. So that's where that reverse engineering your nervous system and kind of learning how to navigate appropriately in that kind of struggle. And I just kind of want to put that out there more so in layman's terms. But my main follow-up question for you is, and you said in the beginning, you started to be what people saw in you. Yeah. Chris, you can answer this as well, because I still want to hear kind of your thoughts on it. But do you feel like you needed somebody to see that in you first?
That's a good question.
If you didn't, hey, some people are just like that. Because I've talked to people and they're just like, I've just always been confident. That's just, I can't explain it to you. They were born that way. Like, you know what I'm saying? They woke up like this. But I also understand that, like, clearly everybody is not like that. Otherwise, that person in that regard wouldn't be looked at as special, as being like, you're just naturally confident. You just always felt that way. So, like, do you feel like you needed that input, that outside observation in the beginning? Or because it all kind of goes back to the figuring out like what you love about yourself type thing.
I think I come from the other end of that spectrum, like, because initially I was very much so one that hung my entire identity on the thoughts of other people. So that was more so of a crutch for me. Like, all of my actions, everything that I did was to garner other people's affections and positive outlooks on me. So when that did not happen, it took more of a toll on me personally and emotionally, because whatever it is that I'm doing is not garnering the attention that I thought that I would need or the confidence that I would need. So I sought that from other people. It took me getting to a place, like I said, like when I was initially trying to, work out for my wife's attention, and when she was like, I don't care about that. That put me in a place of, okay, I need to do this for me.
Mhm.
I need to figure that out within myself first, figure out what it is that I have to offer, who it is that I am just as a person, as a man, and be fine with that. What
Okay.
what does the best version of me look like?
Okay, hold on. I want you to outline this because I feel like it's in line with exactly what you're saying, Chris. Um, Specifically with like the working out and stuff.
Mhm.
You're like, yeah, I'm doing this. Press my little lady in my back pocket. But when you find out she's like, oh, I don't care about that, a lot of people would have been like, oh, well, I'll just stop. So why wasn't that a decision? Why wasn't like it doesn't even seem like stopping working out was like really an option to you, or was it at one point in time?
It was at one point.
Okay.
Like I did not like the initial drive that I had at that time stopped
Mm.
because that was my why for doing it. So once that why disappeared, again, like I'm out here now just kind of grabbing at air, trying to find something to cling to in that particular moment. And then as I was trying to figure that out, my desire for that waned. So I went from being in shape to a shape, very quickly. And I was like, nope, I don't like this. I hate this a lot actually.
Mm-hmm.
And it drove me to find a new reason why. Because I actually did, me and Ashley did we did a message on this at midweek at one point.
Close my
But
door.
what I had to do was really find a strong reason why I wanted to continue doing this. And I had to find that why for myself, not rooted in anybody else, not rooted in anybody else's affection, attention, or anything like that. My reason why has to be strong enough to turn into a conviction. Because the reason why is a great start for like a motivation, but it
Mm-hmm.
has to be strong enough to turn into okay. Like it has to go from I want to do this to no, I have to do this
Yeah.
for me. Because now it's like I'm at the point now where it's like if I don't do it at least 5 days a week, I feel like that was a bad week for me. Like
Yeah.
it's horrible now.
I can't. Yeah.
What
Yeah, I feel you on that. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like too, for me, I had I had more confidence in other people than I had in myself. You know what I'm saying? Because just like I said, it's just like you wanted to be like everything else that was around you because it was getting looked at as that's what's supposed to be. That's your only ticket out. You know what I'm saying? But I remember my cousin once he told me, man, you gotta start caring about he was just like, man, I don't give a F what people think about me for real. Cause what I do at the end of the day is my business. You know what I'm saying? And that could have been the best. And he like, you got to start thinking about what people think about you. Just be who you are. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, I was just like, okay, got you. And then I took that to the extreme. Like I'm an extreme nigga sometimes. And I just like, and I used to tell people, I don't give a F what you think about me, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like that ain't the thing that gonna dictate my day.
hmm
But you know what I'm saying? It helped solidify, you know what I'm saying, me, you know what I'm saying, to the point where I just be like, you know what? I care about what my like I tell people, it ain't but so many people I care about what they think about me. I care about what my wife think about me. I care about what my brother think about me. You know what I'm saying? I care about what my sisters think about me. You know what I'm saying? And that pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? Just like for what I care about the people that can correct me. You know what I'm saying? And I know they're gonna correct me in love. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else is just like, yo, you know what I mean? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I be like, cause just like being able to answer yourself honestly is I feel like society teaches us to get comfortable with lying to ourselves. That's the reason why it's so hard to find who you are because we just lie to ourselves so much. We tell it, and once we build that muscle of lying to ourselves so much, it's just like finding your way to the muscle that actually works for life. That's gonna work to keep you whole and sane. It gets to be dormant, and now when you try to find yourself back to that place, it's hard to get there because it's just like you got to go through all the lies you don't told yourself, and lies everybody else don't told you. Just like I tell people, I don't, one thing I like about my wife, she don't BS me. You know what I'm saying? She'll tell me if I ain't doing good at something.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like she ain't telling me that to cut me down. She telling me that to get better. You know what I mean? Like my brother, he don't tell me stuff to cut me down. He telling me to get better. You know, like and he gonna remind me like you said you were gonna do this. You know what I'm saying? You better go be good on your word on that. You know what I'm saying? And just like I don't want to look like no lame to him or my wife. You know what I'm saying? So at the same time, where I tell people, man, don't stop telling yourself lies so much. You know what I'm saying? Like if you say you're gonna do it, do it. If you ain't gonna do it, just say I ain't gonna do it. Because the way you build confidence is repetition. You know what I'm saying? It's like some people act like they shooting shots and when they actually just throwing the ball in the air, ain't at the rim, it's just in the air. It ain't shooting shots. You just throwing the ball in the air. You know what I'm saying? If you really in the gym shooting, shoot towards the goal to make the point, to make it count. Don't just be tossing the ball in the air to yourself. But a lot of people don't wanna do that because it's just like, well, what if I miss every shot? Like, bro, keep shooting till you find your place where you know you got that form that going.
You find the rhythm.
Yeah, because just like I tell people, man, like some people don't they believe they be waiting on something that just crack the sky open. You know what I'm saying? And then shine down on them. And this revelation. Revelation don't come from the outside, it come from the inside. And the way it comes from the inside is repetition. You keep doing things, keep saying things, keep weeding out. No matter, I ain't saying you gonna dig when you first dig deep, you gonna dig the deepest hole you ever. Man, that hole might be just a spoonful of dirt. You know what I'm saying? But you got to be willing to just keep digging.
Process.
Huh?
But you got to start the process.
Yeah, it's just like, I didn't, bro, this is 20-something years of work people be looking at sometimes. And I ain't even finished. You know what I'm saying? They be like, man, you got a great life. Like, nigga, I wish you were there when it really sucked.
What?
You know what I'm saying? I be like, I wish you were there when it really sucked. Because some people just don't be believing what you be going through because they didn't get to see it. The reason why my brother believed that nigga knew me. That nigga saw me breaking down, crying and stuff like that because I don't messed up and I don't lost everything. And I got $6,000. I got to get an RS and all kinds of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And get what? Everybody got their money back. Everybody got their money back, and I got myself back in a good position. You know what I'm saying? I ain't perfect. All this stuff is work, and it's still work. I'm still like, you gonna work till the day you die. You ain't gonna never get to the point where you just in a perfect form. Ask Goku, nigga. The nigga still fighting. Nigga don't been beating universes to death. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? He still got to continue to get stronger to fight because it's something always there big and better. The purpose of being, huh?
I'm about to say sometimes he be causing problems so he can fight them.
Hey, but the thing of it is, he know who he is now. He's like, nigga, I ain't fighting. You know what I'm saying? Because I got to. I'm fighting because I like to. This is what I like to do,
I'm
baby.
Fighting because I like to fight.
You know what I'm saying? And just like I tell people, the purpose of
the game.
Exactly, because people don't understand, man. People always use mountain climber analogies like climbing mountains is easy. And this stuff ain't easy, man.
It's actually rather dangerous. Forget easy, it's dangerous, bro.
And you know the best part about climbing a mountain?
No,
is getting back down.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people get to the top and die up there. That's why you see people. You see what people they get to they be like, hey, why did he die on the side of the mountain? He made it to the top. He ain't have enough energy to get back to the bottom, so he died. The purpose of climbing the mountain is to get back down. Yeah, get to the top so you gotta see. But if you ain't got enough energy and you ain't count the cost on your strength going up, Mount Everest is your home now.
Or condition yourself to be prepared.
Exactly. Now you're a nigga sickle on the side of the mountain.
You know there ain't no nigga sickles up there. Sorry.
Oh, cracker sickle.
All right, stop that.
Dang. All right, I wasn't gonna go there. Oh gosh, that's hilarious.
You know what I'm saying?
So it sounds like, a lot of you guys are saying some of the same things on this part. Like, a lot of it came down to figuring out like your internal validation points, and kind of sticking to it, to what that is, like finding your own reasons and letting them be your reasons, but not just figuring out your own internal validation. You had to limit in some cases, to an extreme sense, your external validation or your external input. Like you had mentioned there, is that you limited it from or to like a few places. You're like, all right, these are the people, if they got something to say, I'm gonna listen. If you're not one of these people or somebody I can at least respect because you know me well enough to give me that kind of input, then you really could have kept it to yourself.
Yeah, you can't call me stupid and you don't know me. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell people all the time, you don't know me. I don't care what you say about me for real. You talking to the ad at this point. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know me. You know what I'm saying? And if you know me, I take your input. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, if you've been around and you been in the trenches and you be walking the path with me, I can listen to you because we on the same path, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you might see something I ain't looking at. You know what I'm saying? But if you just a passerby, a Johnny come lately, nah, nigga, shut up. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you got to say.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever you got to say don't mean that's nice. That's nice. But you just that's
nice.
Like, oh, that's nice. I don't even appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Just like that's nice.
I didn't
because a lot of people gonna try to tell you what you supposed to and what you can't do. You know what I'm saying? But I tell people all the time, like, hey, you don't know me like that. What is okay for you is okay for you. What is okay for me is okay for me. You know what I'm saying? Like the work I gotta do is the work I gotta do. Work you gotta do, they look different than mine. And see, that's what I like about the questions you asking, because you ain't saying, oh, I take your word for it and I'm gonna do what you do. I'm trying to find the best way for me to do what I'm gonna do. I'm trying to find my path so I can walk my path. That's the intelligent nigga. You know what I'm saying?
And I think to kind of add to that though as well, like something I wanted to bring up was even though there are, well, there's two things. Even though there are going to be some parts of ourselves that we don't like right now, we need to continue to have a mindset of growth, like accepting all parts of ourselves, even the parts that we don't like right at this moment, because it still makes us who we are. It does not mean we stay here. Because just because this is who we are right now does not mean that is final. The only thing final is in this life is death. So until you got folks carrying you to your grave, there's still opportunity for growth. There's still opportunity for learning. There's still opportunity for betterment of self to a point to where we are comfortable with it. Not with how the world views it, not with how anybody else sees it. We need to get to a point of understanding that, okay, this is who I am right now. Okay, now what parts do I want to keep? What parts do I not? And continue to work at those things. Because even once you get better at those, there's going to be something else that's going to pop up. It's like, ugh, I don't like that. Yeah. Like, for example, recently, I realized that I am a very, very irritable person.
Mm.
You're fine.
I dislike that about myself. Like
Yeah.
something as simple as like if if I state one thing and then the words that I say are taken way out of context, or the initial like um I would say like thoughts behind my word are not felt, and now there's more confusion or like more questions being asked, and I'm just like I'm irritated. Like, and it happens so easy. Like it can be something minute, something small, and I'm just like,
You
dang,
ain't
don't
the
have to
only
do
nigga.
It
You ain't
does
the
not
only
have to
nigga.
take much.
I'm easily irritable too. You know what I'm saying? My wife
it.
would tell you that.
Man.
I'd be like, if we off on time, or you know what I'm saying, some out of place where I put it and I know it been there 100 times and then now gone, irritated. My calmness and peace has been disturbed, and I shall shake the force.
No. I'm like, ugh. But to that point though, it's like I noticed that about myself, and it's like, all right, cool. If there's something I don't like, what you gonna do to change it? You just gonna take that as truth for right, like take that as truth, and that's that, or you gonna do something to change it? You gonna do something to work on it? Not saying that okay, I realize this now, tomorrow I'm gonna be completely different. No, I now have the knowledge that yes, I'm very irritable, and I probably will be for a long time. That means I'm also gonna be working on this for a long time
Yeah,
and being
and
okay
see,
with that.
that's what I tell people. I got my own thorns. I know this is gonna be it's gonna be a constant battle. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like I tell people, you ain't gonna ever people think like, oh yeah, I got myself. Be weary of the man that says, oh yeah, I got myself to nothing bothers me. Like, bro, lie. I know you're lying. Something bothers
That's
you.
a ticking time bomb.
Yeah, that's a person that's gonna if he ever hit that thing, he gonna destroy everything around him.
Dunzo.
Nah,
It's
Everything.
gonna be a
you,
wrap.
I think you brought up something really crazy though. So for those who are unaware, the idea of like the thorn in your flesh, it comes from a reference in the Bible. Paul was talking about it where he asked God to take away uh, different things he was experiencing, and then he had realized that God was not going to take it away because he understood that if God took these things away, he would slowly stop being reliant on God for certain things.
Yeah.
So, how do you determine, or I don't even know if this is like, well, let's go for it. How do you feel like you determine what's a thorn and what's something that you're just like, this is something that needs to change?
If it's destroying things around me, like my irritability don't destroy everything around me. You know what I'm saying? My anger does. My anger has lost me jobs.
Yep.
It's like, oh, you know, those things. Like I say, well, is this scorched earth things? Like if I keep letting it grow, will it scorch the earth? Or is it just something to where I'm just like, man, I'm constantly working on it. It rubs people the wrong way, but I can easily come back from about, hey man, my bad, baby. I might have overreacted to that right there. You know what I'm saying? You know, don't count it to my heart, count it to my mind. You know what I'm saying? You know how it is. You know what I'm saying? But some stuff I know that it's got to be worked on because this is not making it don't it's not generating the feng shui in my space the way I wanted that be. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a constant disruption to my life. Like I'm not like that's how I look at it. Like if it's keeping me from going to where I want to go to, this need to be worked on. This got to be exercised.
Right. And to be fair, like everything, whether it's a thorn or not, it has to be worked on. I think there's when you have a thorn, there's kind of like an understanding that it's like, you know what, I may not feel like I may be able to cross this bridge or like build the bridge myself. Like the bridge has to be God. Like that's how I get back and forth from one place to another when I navigate these issues. But what like just the fact you on like how it affects your area as your feng shui, as you mentioned,
Yeah.
and affecting other people potentially as well. And you're like, if it's something that bad, it's just like, oh no, this needs to change because that's like,
Mhm.
and to be fair, um, I think we can very much so argue like anger is one thing, but your response to anger and how you navigate amidst that anger, that's something different. I feel like you're managing your anger may be something that you're like, okay, this is something that I need to actively be working on it, but I also need to lean on like God's strength, but also like practical input from like anger management types situations because like when it bubbles over, it's just like, well, that just flat out needs to change type thing because the bubbling over is more of a byproduct of your anger than
Mm.
it
I
is the
got you.
issue itself. You're like, you can't be like, oh well, I just can't act like that.
Mm.
The act is the byproduct. You trying to
Mhm.
you trying to solve the symptom. You're not going to the root there.
You gotta
Yeah.
get to the root.
And yeah, and that's the full explanation of it for me. You know what I'm saying? Just like I tell people, like if it's some like I'm we all are all managing ourselves. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like you ain't never not in the point where you're not managing yourself. If you're not managing yourself well, you are the problem. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I tell people, like for myself, I learned how to manage. I feel like that's the point where people have to learn how to do with certain things. It's just like even with this conversation we talking about how we get here, I manage my even when I'm talking to myself, I manage my expectations. And I know that hey, I ain't gonna be perfect at all times. And I know some days it can be overwhelming. And I have not like I tell people, I don't see some pretty good days, but when bad days come, how do I handle them? How do I get on the other side of it? And a lot of times I
Mhm.
sit with myself and ask myself, like, man, did I handle that well? Because I even like sometimes, like even when I have my nieces around, when I have kids around me, and I just like, man, did I manage them well? Did I express what need to be expressed? Did I correct them well? Did I correct them with positivity? Did I just not? It's the thing it is when you have people around you that you influence and they care about what you think. You know what I'm saying? It change your perspective, make you go. It make me go deeper because even like with talking to my nephews, I make sure I convey myself well because and just like I tell people, I don't mishandle them before. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna never not
Mhm.
mishandle them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And just like, but the thing of it is the thing about mishandling people. That's only an aspect of stewardship, but can you go back and correct? You know what I'm saying? And that's how I have to look at myself too. I have to look at myself too, like, man, I had to go back to myself and correct it. I said, because if I'm not
Mhm.
revisiting me, if I'm not doing things in retrospect to be able to now come back to the present and be well, you really kind of halfway doing the job. So the thing of it is just like, man, it's ebb and flow. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you're gonna go in, you're gonna come out. You're gonna go in, you're gonna come out. But the reason you go in is to come back out. You know what I'm saying? So you can it's gonna be study for the test, take the test. Study for the test, take the test. That's how life works. Like everything you working on, it's a test coming. It's a test coming. You know what I'm saying? And then when you get to the next level, it's gonna be a test, high difficulty. You know what I'm saying? It's just like
Mhm.
if everybody you don't play video games for, it's just like, yo, yeah, if you start out at the bottom level, it's good and manage these problems, you know what I'm saying? But as you go up, the difficulty go up. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say erase the thought of finish lines. Just keep running till it's time to stop. When it's time to stop, the jig is up, you dead. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not finished till I'm finished. You're not. Nobody's gonna be finished till they finish. You know what I'm saying? While we here, work on each other, talk to each other, because just like me and my brother talk all the time. You know what I'm saying? And we are our biggest fans. Cause I know with him, he ain't gonna talk negative. I ain't gonna talk negative. We gonna get ourselves to the point where we can lead this phone conversation. Pumped up for life. Cause it's stuff I want, it's stuff he want. I don't really want a lot when I look at it the grand scheme of things. Some people be like, oh, I got these super lofty goals. Like, no, man, mine is to get situated, doing the things that I love. It's like get myself to the point, get my body in shape, being healthy, living to 133, owning my gym. I'm gonna die doing a bench press. You know what I'm saying? Just like I'm dying. Once I re-rack it, I'm like, all right, y'all, head it out one last time. Jesus, that you? And out of there.
I'm just glad you said you re-racked it.
Huh?
That part.
Say what?
I said, I'm just glad you said that you were gonna re-rack it, because I didn't see that ending.
Yeah. I'm gonna re-rack it. I ain't gonna die. I ain't gonna die like no sucker. I'm gonna finish my set. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I'll be right there like, wake up, you ain't done yet.
He done yet. When I do it, then I'm gonna tell that it'll be a note in my pocket and they gonna find it. It's like, nah, if you come in here after hours, my ghost gonna be here. So if you hear a weird wait go, it's me. Cuz that's me. I'm watching.
Fair enough.
Yeah, man. My wife is told to cremate me. Saying burn me alive. You know what I'm saying? And keep my dust and throw it in people's face when they disrespect you. And then tell them it's dick dust.
No. You know what? That's on brand. That's on brand for you. Never mind.
What is he never not on brand? You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, buddy. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, you know, I appreciate your conversations like this, man. You know what I'm saying? I like introspective, grown up conversations. I like to be asked questions to answer. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like manhood is a constant struggle uphill. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like figuring out how we can love ourselves better is probably the best thing we can do. You know what I'm saying? For one another. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like a lot of times it's just like sometimes when you're so far apart from certain things, you forget that there's actually niggas out here that want to see you alive. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, and you forget that part. And like I tell people all the time, don't ever forget, man. If somebody want to see your face, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, don't ever put yourself in a place where you think it ain't nobody out here that care about you. You know what I'm saying? That's why I tell everybody, man, I want to see you again. Can't wait to see you again. Can't wait to be in your presence. When I'm around people, the reason why I'm giving you my best and I'm giving my love to you and my words, because I want them words to hit where they're supposed to hit so I can see you again.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times people we take them little small little things for granted, man. Like, yo, I speak to myself, tell myself I want to be the light of my people. You know what I'm saying? When I come into a room, I want to be bringing joy, because I know some people that ain't got it, like got it in abundance yet. And I ask God to give me the abundance so I can give it. You know what I'm saying? I want to be a battery to my niggas. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I want my universe to be able to charge up another nigga universe. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't understand that. And it's like, man, yo, it's a lot of positivity out here. We just got to want to go get it. And just like I tell people, you got to want to go get it. And sometimes it ain't that far away from you. It's just like, the funny thing about the sun, it still can burn. You know what I'm saying? Because I know when I went in places, to hear what my people were saying to me, it felt like pain.
Mm.
Because you're like, dang, nigga, why I can't be like this nigga? He's saying something to me and I can't feel it. You know what I'm saying? But the thing of it is, it's just like what I found out that I was feeling everything. And I couldn't weed out what was being given because everything was hitting me all at once. I couldn't separate myself. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't separate the things I was feeling because I felt everything. You know what I'm saying? And I hope that niggas out here that's feeling everything get to the place where you sit by yourself and just allow yourself to goddamn cry, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And I don't cry plenty of times on long rides in the 96 Taurus, smoking Black and Mild. You know what I'm saying? On long country roads, going nowhere. Don't even know where I'm going. I don't roll till the sun came up one time. Just to try to find myself. You know what I'm saying? But like I tell people, man, it's just like, bro, it's just this stuff didn't have no blueprint, no manuscript to follow, nothing like that. And a lot of people be like, oh man, everybody had a Bible and whatnot like that. I'm gonna tell you, I tell people all the time, nigga, sometimes the hardest thing to read is a dang on Bible.
Mm-hmm.
I tell people all that. People like, oh, just read your Bible. Like, bro, that ain't that easy. You know what I'm saying?
The problem I have with the Bible, obviously, there's nothing wrong with it. And that, let me clarify what that's.
It's okay to say something wrong with it.
Well, it's not necessarily that I think something is wrong with the Bible. I think the Bible is what the Bible is.
Mm-hmm.
I think the problem oftentimes is when people reference it to you. They're like, oh, you have a problem, just go read the Bible. Nigga, where?
Yeah.
Where, nigga?
Yeah,
like,
where?
I just
know
need
how
to read
big
the
that
whole
thing
thing, nigga?
Yeah,
like,
you want me to read it? Yeah, that's
you
real.
telling me that I need to address something, and I love the fact that you're like, hey, find your answers in God, and like, yeah, you should go to the Bible, but it's like you got to be careful when you say that because like the Bible is huge. Like
Yeah.
I'm sure for those who read the Bible and they're like at a place where they're like, yeah, I'm trying to get that nugget that I need to like kind of help spur me along, to help like give me the connection that I need today in God or whatever it is that you need. You're trying to overcome something that you're struggling with or just navigating emotions or whatever the case is. And you start reading something in the Bible and you're like, this isn't hidden. Like, it's not that this isn't potentially good, but this doesn't apply to my feelings in what I'm experiencing right now. So it's just like saying read your Bible is very, I don't want to say it's facetious, but it can be very misleading if you don't tell somebody specifically something that may actually apply to them.
Correct.
Yeah.
And that was gonna go towards like a point that I was gonna say, like even in scripture, like there's plenty of examples to where like the disciples, people in the Old Testament, they've gotten stuff that they needed from other people. Like the Bible highlights a lot about one another relationships, about leaning on each other. Like he sent the disciples out in twos. Like when Paul and everybody else was in jail, people met together in their homes and they prayed. Like there are going to be times to where it's like you don't know what to read in the Bible, but you have people around you that may have some insight.
Yeah.
They're like, because I believe scripture talks about with many advisors, victory is sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the Bible can also give practicals. So if you're going to tell me to read, give me something to read that's going to help my situation. This is why I'm coming to you for these things. And even just in life, like you look at life like it's a marathon. Like in every marathon, there are these rest stations that are there.
Yeah.
As you're going throughout life, find something that's similar to these rest stations, whether that's a group of people, whether that's something that you just enjoy doing on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
Like, yes, I will pray. I will have my time to worship God and all that good stuff, but I'm also going to be out here cutting off tails on Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
Like, just saying.
Yeah. I'm gonna be at these gyms, inspiration, and yelling at niggas. You know what I'm saying? I got my new gym group. Well, we got a bunch of niggas from my job that we work out together every Saturday.
Nice.
We call ourselves we ain't Diamond Gym, we Cupid Zirconia Gym. You know what I'm saying?
Moissanite Gym. Moissanite Gym.
What
Yeah.
my invite?
Well, this came from work, but you could go on. We taking in all niggas. You know what I'm saying? This is like if you show up on
Just saying.
Crunch Fitness in Tucker, Georgia at 7:00 on Saturday, or 8:00
I'm
on
gonna get
Saturday.
me a membership just for that.
You know what I'm saying? We work out.
Yeah, I know you've
and,
been looking to
and,
get back into an actual gym for real though.
and we laugh.
Because I'm like that one at work is cool. Like it's giving me what I need.
Right.
However,
Right. Yeah. It's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? It's like mitigation. Like
Yeah, and that's why I tell people, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have in mind to want to work out with people, but people at my job, you know, they've been like, "Hey, nigga, you getting smaller." You know what I'm saying? You getting brolic a little bit now, nigga. Like, what is you doing? You know, now we got this fitness challenge where it's $100 buy-in, and like whoever win by July 4, who lost more weight by July 4, get all the money in the
hey,
pot.
that's
You know what
actually
I'm
pretty
saying?
fire.
So,
I ain't gonna
so
hold you.
it's just like, so now it's just like, you know, just it been making it fun. You know what I'm saying? I've been enjoying it. I normally just like to, you know, go in and work out and say hey to my few stranger friends inside of my dungeon of a gym, but now just going out, you know, working out with them. You know what I'm saying? Getting called a psychopath every once in a while. It's been cool. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I still got to find out what Buddy name is. I've been calling him Pablo Escobar for 2 weeks now. I got to get his real name.
and that other name probably John.
Yeah, I've been calling him Pablo Escobar. He been working out with us for a couple weeks now. I just be like Pablo Escobar. You know what I'm saying? He's like, man, y'all got good energy. You want to work out with you guys? I'm like, man, come on, Pablo. Shoot.
He just went along with it. He's like, yeah, sure, I'll be Pablo.
Yeah, I probably. Why not?
Saying, but you know, yeah, man, just you know what I'm saying, like,
It'd be funny.
you know,
It's
like I said, just finding these little pieces of light. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, oh man, I think this is what I like really doing. This is my thing. I like working out. I like, you know, eating right sometimes. Sometimes, man, like sometimes them crave cookies be calling me.
Hey, boy, man, look.
That crave cookies, boy, they right up the street from me now, and I be like, dang.
Oh, man,
I gotta stay away from them. I got to clock in for July 4th. Where I've been solid. You know what I'm saying? I ain't been wavering too much, but you know,
praise the Lord.
sometimes the cookies be calling me.
Cookies be calling, okay?
Yeah, especially them Biscoff caramel cookies. I was like, dang, there's something with that one. That was Jesus Christ making them cookies.
Look,
Man.
understand.
Did we talk about that little nigga that they were mad at because he said it's his wife's choice? Yeah. What's his name?
Keith Lee.
Keith Lee. I was like, why am I sticking with Chris Lee? I know this ain't that guy name. Keith Lee.
I don't know. It's all good. Go ahead. Set the stage for it, Chris.
Yeah. So recently he did a podcast interview with Keke Palmer, and I think it was more so one of the like earlier questions, like in the actual video. So basically, like he's just kind of giving like a brief breakdown on this man's like career and like his family life, whatever like that, and just kind of giving his thoughts on it. So she mentioned that they already got 3 kids. I think the oldest is 5. He got a 3-year-old, and then one is like 5 months. And she asked him, was like, "Yo, do you plan on having any more kids?" And he was like, "It's funny that you say that because they've had this conversation, and basically he was like, if she want to have 30 kids, we're gonna have 30. If she done now, we done." he's letting her kind of be the decision maker on that because she's the one that got carried. Like he has this notion and this fact that when women are going through childbearing, like it's not only dangerous for them, but it's life altering
Yeah,
and
mentally, physically, spiritually.
mentally, physically, spiritually. Like that joint is no joke. So he's like, I have very little say so in that decision. I'm cool with my 3. But if you want to be done by 30, then we're gonna be done by 30. And brother, some of the men on this planet
And I
have,
guarantee a lot of them niggas be beating their meat in front of their ancestors on Pornhub.
bruh, like it's giving bad parenting.
They got, I
Like,
guarantee you, they bank accounts bounce because they
But
ain't have enough money to pay their Pornhub
but
subscription.
whatever the case
well,
is,
don't go there.
it's like some of these responses that these jokers gave to that was honestly laughable. Let me see if I can find a couple real quick. So, like, one of them was saying, "Your money is providing for all of them. You should have a say." Weak A, pandering nigga.
I don't like niggas. I mean, like,
So-
I don't. You know what? I do like niggas.
Let
Let me take that back. I'm fine with niggas. Stupid niggas is okay too, cause y'all have a place. You know what I'm saying? You provide. You know what I'm saying? Something. I don't know what it is you provide for the earth, but I guarantee you don't believe what you believe. You know what I'm saying? Half the time. Sometimes people just be talking.
But wait, there's more.
Mm.
These garden tools in the comments, hear a nigga pandering and eat it up. This why y'all so easy to fool and end up with a baby daddy that y'all don't mess with.
He must be that baby daddy.
He absolutely is. Let's see. Another one just said, hate weak niggas. Not listening to this man. What the F? And so on and so forth. So I'm just trying to figure out, when did one publicly respecting your wife become you being a simp or pandering? When did simply giving a woman like autonomy become a negative thing?
Because most of the people that be writing this stuff don't have a woman, and they are what they say they are. They probably don't even take care of their kids well. Probably ain't never put them to bed. Probably ain't never changed the pamper. Probably ain't did nothing that actually contribute to the well-being of their offspring. You know what I'm saying? Them be them people talking. You know what I'm saying? Because the people that I know that take care of their kids understood this fully. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Not
You know what I'm
just people who take care of their kids, people who are looking to take care, or are not looking, people who take care of their wives.
Facts. And that's what I'm saying. And the whole people that take care of their houses, they're like, yeah, that's right there. Good. Word to my mama. Hey, that last baby my wife had, hey, drove everybody crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Men who, now granted, I'll be practical about this part because, you know, I'll even speak on my personal experience. Like, my mom, she didn't experience postpartum at all. Like,
mom got this slave blood in her.
Holy crap!
She was different. Your mama still got that. I sang slave hymnals blood in her. She's just like, I ain't got time to feel nothing. I got to get back to picking master's cotton.
Wow, that's
disrespectful.
That's my mama you talking about, bro.
I ain't saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying your mama's strong.
I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you.
You know what I'm saying?
But then my wife very much so experienced it. And it was funny because I was talking to my mom about it, and she was just like, she didn't understand it because she's like, I didn't go through it. My mom also, I don't say this to like tear it down, but she also doesn't have like a crap load of friends to like have been able to talk about that with, and the experience of having children. So she legitimately didn't know the experience of other women in this regard. She only knew her own. And
Mhm.
and I'm
How old
just
your
like,
mom is?
she like 16.
Yeah, they part of that old guard. They ain't huddle around and talk about vaginal issues and stuff like that. Cause I like my
Right.
mom and them didn't talk like that. I ain't even know my mama was like that until she was just like, yeah, you know what? I listened to one of them things you sent me. I probably was one of them niggas. I was like, I
I'm
know you was
saying,
one of them niggas. I experienced it.
Yeah.
I told my
I
mom
had
I
those.
said it to you for a reason.
Damn.
I was
You
saying
might have,
I had this realization the other day, like because again, like not to go off track, we're gonna get back to what you were talking about. I might, like I realized when I be looking at like seeing like other folks like in church when they sharing is like they like emote when they're talking about God, like they're emotional about it, and I had to sit here and question myself. I was like, no, I don't do that. Why don't I like connect emotionally to that? And I had to think back to my household, and I was like, dude, it was me and my mom the whole time. She didn't really show much emotion either. Like, Mom Dukes was a thug.
yeah.
So I don't remember none of that being a thing in any sense. I have to go with Darius' point, but continue.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
well, I say that because I feel like that's the experience of a lot of men now, where it's just like
Yeah.
you just don't know what women go through. You don't
No.
know how, because you didn't pull out, or your pull out game weak and you bust a nut. You thought, oh, that was everything, right?
Mm.
Because you didn't
No.
experience it, so therefore it doesn't happen. You
Mm.
know what I'm saying? Like that. Like I don't understand that kind of thinking, but I feel like that's how a lot of these people are. So when you look at somebody who's like, I care enough about my woman to let her make this decision, it's just like it sounds weak to people who don't know what strength looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you also don't know what caring about somebody else looks like. You
Yep.
don't know what it's like to stand by a woman for real when she's experiencing something that you can't understand. Because there were times when my wife was experiencing postpartum, and I remember I talked to her brother. He was experiencing a version of this worse than I did. Um,
Mm.
it was bad. I'm not gonna put his business out there, but it was a lot to deal with.
Yeah, right.
But it was 100% postpartum. And I remember like my wife encouraged him to just give me a call. He called me, we talked about it. And the one thing I told him, I was just like, dude, you're not crazy. You were seeing what a lot of women experience. And you were never told about this. You were never taught how to handle it. You were never taught
Mm-mm.
how to be amidst this. I was like, dude, you're not crazy. And he was just like, just hearing that just made him feel so much better, because
Yeah.
it's like he's like, I don't know who to talk to about this and da da da. He's like, he just think, well, not that he thinks, but he's like, it's hard for him to connect the dots of like, this is just postpartum because his wife is being this person that he's never seen before.
Mm.
And that way it was a lot, because again, this was a very drastic version of
Yeah.
postpartum that I don't think most women deal with, but a lot of women still experience. So having a first, what I'm saying, a first row seat to that, a lot of you niggas didn't go through that, and it shows when somebody like this says that. A
Yeah.
lot of people didn't go through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because like I tell people, a lot of people, a lot of niggas speak from the old guard of niggas anyway, and that's why they womanless. You know what I'm saying? Because the old guard of niggas just was like, hey, you're acting up. I'm about to go to the garage, drink a couple brewskis, and and
Right.
and and
And
go work
clock
on
out
a
of
car
life.
that never cranks up outside of the garage. You know what I'm saying? It's like I've seen plenty of them people. It's just like, hey, when you gonna crank this thing up? This is not actually something I'm using to try to build to make work. It's just
Mhm.
I come out here to I think it's okay for me, or it's about time for her to go to bed, and I come back in there half drunk and go to sleep. Maybe every once in a while I rub on to try to get my Peter wet, but
It's just insane.
And that's what I'm saying. It's just like a lot of people. The reason why we're uninformed about a lot of the things because guess like back in the day, life was so separated. You know what I'm saying? Just like it was, oh, dudes over here, women over here. A lot of what we got right now is on the other side of blending the family, making sure both parties are buying into, you know what I'm saying, the rearing of the house. Not only kids, but even each other, caring and thinking and speaking to each other in kindness and trying to get to the bottom of it so that everybody can coexist inside of these spaces well. The old guard don't know nothing about that. That's why they were like, oh, you ask your wife what she thinking. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff like that. It's like, nigga, what was you doing?
Yeah. Then looking at you like, wait, she has an opinion?
Like she got an opinion. Matter of fact, I would leave here and go over Josephine's house.
And what's crazy about that is like you see these people. Let me back up. There's somebody who I'm friends with on social media, and I mean I hate watching her posts because all her posts be about how men hate women, and I can't defend it, and that's why I hate it. Because every day they be out here, and it's just like you just show another reason why. And those are situations that you were just speaking of. It's like people who just you don't love the person you're with. You didn't take the time to care about that person in a way that they needed to be taken care of. After that moment stopped being a convenience for you, you were like, oh, okay, I'm good. And then that was literally it for you. And I'm like, that's the freaking problem. Like, you guys can't be like that. You can't be these versions of people. You know what I'm saying? And then, and then you want to go out there and reproduce?
No, we don't need more of you out here.
Another you around here, and you think that's a good idea? A hateful bastard, like who don't want to care about people? Because that's what you don't teach them. Because I don't believe that people are born hating people. You may not like circumstances, but you are taught that stuff. No different than you were taught that, oh, women are supposed to be like this. What podcast did you stop listening to before you commented on that? You can turn that crap off, dog.
Yeah, man. A lot of y'all listen to a lot of these niggas out here listening to people that have been acquired by other countries for rape. You know what I'm saying? These red pill incel podcasts. You know what I'm saying? And they believe it, you know what I'm saying? Because just like I don't, like I said, it's the internet was a gift and a curse. You know what I'm saying? And we were on the beginning of it when it was a true gift to have.
Yes.
And now it's on the curse side. Now it's Sakuna fingers. You know what I'm saying? And
Sakuna and Shibuya.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, yo, it's like, all right, we have to spend more time weeding out the bad than actually getting to some good sane stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's so much bad that it's just like, it's like soon as you present, like what Keith Lee presented was a very light statement and it was a teachable moment for men. But the only thing a man heard that these young jits heard
was I let my wife make a decision.
Only thing we got from him was
I let my wife decide.
He's simping. This is why y'all baby mamas now. No, they baby mamas because they fall for niggas like y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all are niggas. You know what I'm saying? And like we wonder why people would just be like, bro, I used to think outside was exhausting. The internet is exhausting. You know what I'm saying? It's like I tell people, it's like, bro, this thing is exhausting. Bring back America Online chat rooms. You know what I'm saying? The simple days where you just cut on Windows, you know what I'm saying, and let this screen flash lights at you while it plays music as you get ready for school or whatnot, and LimeWire and Napster. The good old days were
those were good old days.
Good old days where pirating was just. It wasn't even about having a boat. It was just about having a willing computer that can take as many viruses you can give it before it dies.
And just taking time to customize your MySpace page and putting all types of
Man,
stuff in the
Hey,
background and playlist on your page. And
everybody
yeah,
was doing
bro.
lightweight coding.
No, for real.
hey,
Like
bro,
you did know how to do some.
you
You
had
had
to
a
know
lot
some
of people
code,
that grew
bro.
up in that MySpace age. You got some HTML experience now.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
Yeah,
bro,
like I tell
I
you,
wish I could
I
go
had
back
my
and just
music
remember.
playing. I had my SpongeBob with the gold dollar chain on and dollar signs coming down like Matrix code. You know what I'm saying?
I had the actual Matrix code coming down my joint.
Yeah, I did
That's
that
hard.
too. I
That's
did
hard.
that too. I did that too. You know what I'm saying? Had my little top 8. You know what I'm saying? And it was all good. You know what I'm saying? It was.
Side note,
Wait, you were on
that
somebody's
was a
top
big
eight. That was
thing.
love.
Hey, bro,
Huh?
I was about to say that. Well, that started many arguments
Yes, it
Yeah,
did.
back
it did.
then.
It
But
did. That was the
somebody's
first
top
of
eight.
that was the first internet beef, bro. You
Facts.
know what I'm
What?
saying?
I'm
Like
not.
it's
I'm not
What?
number one on your top eight.
top 8.
Who am I
Like,
What you
behind?
mean?
This other
hey,
nigga? Like I thought we was best
hey,
friends.
bro, we
Who,
can't
who
help it.
is
You
even
know what I'm
he?
saying?
Right.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
But
I'm
nah,
like,
it's crazy
yo,
how. Huh?
I said, nah, man. Then when it finally broke, and when Tom became your number one fan, that's when it broke.
Hey, bro, that was everybody's first friend right there.
Our Facebook was still good when you had to be in college. You had to have a college email address to
That's
even
when
get into
Facebook
it.
was good.
Yeah,
Facebook
Facebook
was
was good, but
good.
when they let my mom on, that's when Facebook was bad.
Oh, that's when Facebook became for the old folks.
Yeah, it was just over with.
Bro,
No, that's when it was up to
it was
people's
open for
opinions.
everybody.
That's when
Anybody.
everybody was there. That's when that and see, that's what I'm talking
It
about.
was
See,
an
even
inclusive
Facebook had
space,
a
man.
line where you had to have a certain amount of intelligence to even gain access to Facebook.
Mhm.
Then when they took that off, we opened it up to the retards, man.
Just saying.
That's why I keep trying to tell you, that short bus
Oh,
we need a short bus internet bus. You know what I'm saying? We
yeah,
got to
man.
be able to put them in there.
Throw everybody over there.
And
Letting
then
everybody talk.
they just
That's what's who them in them comments, them boys that was hey,
That need to be on the short bus.
yeah.
Those
Yeah,
are. I feel like these are people that need like a class in like just like being more of a human, like just basic
uh,
empathy and
basic
yeah.
understanding.
empathy.
It's
Hey
like
man, you don't
it's
know
just
that
something
man. Like,
people lack.
yeah,
I
man.
don't. Yeah, like I get. It's like it's just it to me. It makes no sense when you are at the point where like when you hear somebody, and especially people who are trying to attack Keith Lee directly, and I'm just like, how is this man who is completely married
Mm.
pandering to women that he's not trying to get?
He don't care
I was
nothing
like,
about them.
You see what I'm saying?
like that's not like for me and my household will serve the Lord. What are you doing in your household, dog? Like he's talking about what's working for him and his wife. Why you
And
gotta
and
be
from
this
my
and that?
and from my understanding, I thought pandering was like somebody who does not have these things trying to then garner the affection and attention from other people by spewing things that they want them to hear.
Hmm.
You know, you want to be.
Is that not what pandering is? Do I have that definition wrong?
Yeah, I mean that sounds about right to me.
That
It's like
sounds
I don't,
correct. You know what I'm
and it
saying?
don't even have to be something that you agree with. You're just saying it and doing it.
You
Just
just said it
you
just
don't even,
said.
like Hillary Clinton on the Breakfast Club. That was pandering.
Yeah, that was
That
pandering.
that was absolutely pandering because ain't no way.
That,
Oh, you keep hot sauce in your bag? Oh yeah. Are you pandering to black people? Is it working? Nigga.
yeah, because just like it say, you know what I'm saying? Pandering, gratify or indulge an immoral or distasteful desire, need or habit or persons with such desire. You know what I'm saying?
So man,
So he wasn't even pandering.
that's not but by the basic definition.
By the basic definition, he wasn't even pandering. He was speaking on what he deals with. He wasn't trying to suck up and butter up y'all. See, y'all
Mhm.
even use the word wrong. That's how I
Right.
know you're supposed to be
Pandering has to do with something immoral.
immoral. So it goes against what he's trying to put out, but he's putting out what exactly what he's putting out. He's just like, yo, I respect my wife's choice. It is her body at the end of the day that has to go through all of these things. You know what I'm saying? And
And
just
then
like I tell people, that's the way to be.
what got me was Chrissy. He's talking about dudes like, but it's your money that pays for them.
They got to do with
Okay.
her.
Do
What
you
they got
want to
to do with
open
her
up this
body?
conversation? Like, for
Yeah.
real, for real? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's my pocket. Why are you tapping people's pockets?
Why
bro?
you tapping my pocket, bro? Y'all better realize that man can hit you with one of them MMA fists.
I'm about to say
I'm
he is a
trying to tell you.
retired MMA fighter, bro.
So, like, I'm gonna put you like this: a professional MMA fighter with a losing record will whoop
It's
all your behinds.
I'm talking
will
You
about
want to?
still put pause on a regular individual.
will
That
bounce
man
the
was
average
fighting.
person off the concrete.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You will look like a basketball, dude.
Bro, he hit
Like,
you
for real,
And
with
you
it's like,
bounce like
and
and,
had you
and
slide across the floor on your chest with your feet in the air.
I'm about to say, and they ain't even gotta throw hands for real. Like all kids
Mhm.
gotta do is one smooth takedown in the back of your head hitting that concrete,
Yeah,
and you out like a light.
over with. And that's why I say,
But that's
man, it's
like
like watch y'all
that's
mouths
almost
out here.
like yeah. I was gonna say like that's almost like if I were to make the comment of like if so like in that situation if they decide to have kids like or decide to not have any more kids, if bro were to say, oh yeah, I got a vasectomy, he'd be even more of a simp in their eyes. No, you can make her get a tube tied for what?
that part because that's where the conversation would have went. Why you got to get a vasectomy? Well, first
Hey,
off,
Like
I was
what?
just about to
it's
say,
safer, it's
you know how
easier,
the
it's
niggas is.
reversible,
You know how the niggas is.
It's
like
less invasive.
people
Like
think
I don't.
is a lot of men out there have never learned to care about women, and that's
Yeah.
just the bottom
At
line.
all.
A lot of men have just simply never gotten to a place where they were taught that women are people too. It's like they hear it. It's like you know it somewhat consciously, but like you don't treat them as such.
Yeah, you don't treat them as such. Yeah.
I'm like, Jesus, like I don't understand. Like how
Which
you be that kind of person.
I
But then
still just don't
you
get that.
want a woman.
But
I'm
them be
like
the
they
people that
have,
be lying and setting traps in life to achieve something.
Right.
You know what I'm
bro.
saying? Because
Like
just
they
like I
have all
tell
these
people,
crazy stances.
I go to them comments and they say, "Hey, women, look, see if you find one of your niggas in here now, cause
Mm-hmm.
he in these comments saying this stupid stuff."
If the person
You
in
know
your
what I'm saying?
DMs is also in these comments, you already know
That's
what
what
to
I'm
do.
trying to tell you. Like, hey, be careful. And that's why I be trying to tell people all the time. And I used to tell my sisters all the time, like, hey man, don't if you see a nigga not care about what you think, that's your first God have given you something to see that you need to run away from.
I gave you the
I said,
answers you
because the
need.
thing of it is like if he can't think outside of himself about the people around, don't have no empathy, no compassion and stuff like that, that's a first thing you need to see and let
Run.
yourself know. Hey, make decisions accordingly. Now he's showing you who he is. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like a lot of times it's like dudes like if you in here trying to tell women how to live and you can't even take care of your own life, just shut up, bro. You need to sit down somewhere. You need to sit down.
Sat all the way down.
Yeah, that their life ain't for you, and they're not here being taught, told, or thought about for you. Because you looking at this life in a singular aspect, and that's why I tell like a lot of times I don't even be believing what people say on the internet at the time. I said because I watch you go out. I watch a lot of people in this world go out and say the total opposite of what they put on the internet. I was just like, y'all get out here and act like some real niggas, but y'all be out here begging for play a lot of times. A lot of y'all is suckers in real life, niggas. Like a lot of y'all to be in them comment talking, y'all are suckers and would never have what Keith Lee had, never had what Darius Cummings had, never had what Chris or Armani had. A lot of y'all just ain't gonna have it. You ain't made for it. And I don't think God wants you to have it because you probably gonna mess it up. You know what I'm saying?
And what's what I find interesting with people, kind of what you just said, was you're like people, they'll post something online, but then they'll tell you something like vastly different.
Right.
I think that, and I do blame the internet for this because people who have constantly been trying to figure out how to get the attention, how to go viral, how to have interaction, and it's just like everything is. I feel like everything is rage bait now, whether you realize it or not, because you
bro.
you cannot have like just a regular opinion. The opinion has to be extreme one way or extreme the other way, and you don't, because anything in between doesn't garner the attention. You have to completely crap on one side because they're going to be the ones arguing in the comments, and meanwhile the person who posted it, they walked away and they're laughing because everybody's still on their page.
Mm-hmm. Getting all the engagement.
And I feel like that has continued to mark, like determine, I should say, people in actual interaction, because now passively on random posts you see people just being unnecessarily nasty to each other and harsh and extreme, because it's like you built yourself into this idea of, oh well, I have to be like this because it could go viral. You don't think it consciously, but subconsciously, that's why else would you say that?
Yeah.
Why else would you post that? You wanted somebody to screenshot this and share. That's what you want.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And the biggest problem is with that is, kind of like what Mike Tyson said. People get used to saying what they want on the internet and not getting punched in the face for it.
Yeah, man. That's why I say, man, it's just like, I guess it's like for me, like what you just said is just like, I be thinking that a lot of times. I just like, I don't believe this real stuff. You know what I'm saying? I be believing like these be bots or just people that just here to just do this and cause the strife and walk away.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you rarely see them comment back on that post. You just be like, oh, oop, and
original poster ain't in there in that comments defending nothing. You don't see Keith Lee in that comment section.
Nope.
You'll never find him doing that.
No,
you probably don't even find him doing that on his own page. He probably paid somebody to do that for him.
Yeah.
Because he's so, like you said, he's unbothered. He don't care. He cares about his family, and that's it.
That's it.
What he needs to take care of. He's good. It's everybody in the comment section still arguing.
Yep. While all these other dudes out here trying to treat manhood like it's a persona instead of being an actual identity.
Right. Instead of developing into it. And that's really just what makes me upset. I'm just like, man, y'all not being. It's like, and I'm never trying to be the one to dictate like what manhood is for other people, but I'm just like, how are you being a man for real when you don't care about other people? I feel like that's literally part of the functionality of being a man.
It's common baseline.
Protect. You protect other people, dog. Sorry.
Anywho.
I'm getting upset.
Right. Sick of these.
All that.
A good deal.
Yeah, I guess we wrap this up. It is what it is. Any last thoughts you guys have to share?
Big man. No, it's fine. I don't know.
No, I'm good, cuz. You know what I'm saying? I'm solid. You know what I'm saying? I think I got out of everything I wanted to get out with these folks today. Yeah.
What about you, Max? You good? I had something to share, but if you have something to share.
Share it, cuz.
The floor is yours, my boy. I am good.
It's nothing crazy. It's just going back to like some of the questions I was asking you guys in the beginning. Just kind of full circle on them. It's like, probably have said this a number of times, but it's like you have to embrace the journey. And embracing your journey to get to where you want to get to, or to be the person you want to be, it's not always fun, because you're going to have a lot of boring days where you're supposed to just be working. Anthony Edwards talked about it because he had made a significant jump in his ability to shoot basketball in the NBA. And they're like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing to get better? And he's just like, it's just a lot of boring days in the gym, working on the same thing over and over again. Like, refinement is not a glamorous process. And there's a version of that you kind of got to fall in love with. You got to fall in love with like the boring part of the journey, because if you get stuck too much on the high, but you're not working in between, you're not going to be ready when those moments come.
Fact.
Correct.
That kind of like what Darius said. You just shooting, but you just throwing the ball in the air.
Yeah.
Hopes that it'll go in. But when you've been refining, when that moment comes, you're like, man, I've taken this shot 1,000 times. I think I know how to shoot it to make it go in. Let's see if I can hit it this time with a hand in my face. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like you have to be like that. You know, Kobe had talked about the same thing. Like, there's no such thing as, what he didn't say this specifically, but it's like not having a natural confidence is not an excuse. Like, or not having a natural gift is not an excuse. Like, and he talked about like you build confidence through repetition, which Darius did say. But that's something that Kobe Bryant, he swore on. Because he's like, I was in the gym, I'm shooting the same thing, I'm doing the same basic drills that they probably teach in high school, but he just does them at an elite level. Other people aren't working on that. They're not finding those basics, and that's what separated him. So like, don't be too discouraged. You got to find that motivation, that daily thing that Chris is talking about. You can't let it win. You got to have the reason within yourself. That's going to make you get out of bed and say, I have to do this, because you know that there's a reason at the end of like the doing.
Yep.
And it'll probably not be too good if you don't. But that's it. That's all I got to say.
Well, welcome and goodbye. This was the men's department. Go drink you something, snort some powder, whatever you do to get to that place.
No, don't do all that.
Nah, don't do that. Don't do the powder part.
Don't do that part, please.
That is too far.
Look at shit.
If you're on the powder, just
know
know
what you really talking about.
Start off with powder, you go into crack rock. Once you go to crack, you become a preacher. Like, real talk. Like, I don't see so many crackheads turn into preachers. Like, for real. Like, I'm not capping.
They first sermon, this was the rock that Jesus mentioned.
Yeah, exactly. Some people, they landed on the rock. The rock landed on them and they smoked it. You know what I'm saying?
They find the rock. I'm going to call you Peter.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, so, this was the men's department. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for joining us on this live. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for viewing. We out of here, niggas. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.